Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Beth Hunziker with Arabian Essence Live. We are at Ferdinand Huemer's beautiful La Movida Arabians, and tonight I'm here with one of his special friends, Ms. Lenita Paroy from Aras Mealu of Brazil. All of Ferdinand's friends, many of his friends are here from all over the world to celebrate with him tonight. Now, Lenita, give us a little background on your history with Ferdinand and why the horses we see tonight are so special to you.
Ferdinand was the first person from Europe that came to my farm to see the Jamal babies, and he loved them. And then we started a friendship that is now for 26, 27, more or less, years.
Yeah.
And he bought a lot of horses that he liked. And lately, he wanted a colt that was by Maktoub, very nice colt. And I can never say no to Ferdinand. So he brought him here. And it seems that he's producing extremely well. And I'm desperate to see the babies.
And what is the stallion's name now that you bred him and you sold him to Ferdinand when he was just a young colt? What is his name?
His name is Giar Mealua. And his sire is Maktoub, which is a descendant of Jamal. He's a grandson of Jamal. And his mother is Julia El Jamal, daughter of Julie El Lujin. And Julia has produced extremely well. She's the mother of Julius de Viec, that is in the United States.
And so these are some of the horses that we're going to be seeing. These are actually very closely related to your horses in Brazil. Yeah. And I will say I had the opportunity to see some of the babies previously. They're absolutely spectacular. So I'm anxious for you to see them tonight, and we're going to enjoy them together, right?
Right.
Okay. So thank you so much, Lenita. Thank you. And
Enjoy
your evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This evening we're here tonight with Cornelia from Diamond Arabians, and I heard you had a wonderful success at the show today. Can you tell us a little bit about your mare that you had shown at the Wells International class today?
Yes, of course. I had 5 horses competing in the shows, national and international shows. I started with 1-year-old fillies. I had in class A, D.A. Ariana. It's a daughter by Ekaes Alejandro out of Dear Miss Justice. She won her class. As national as well as international. In the next class I had also yearling 1B. I had D.H. O'Hara, another Alejandro daughter. She was second national in class and I think 4th or 5th in the international. The next class was followed with a yearling colts A. We had D.H. Acandro. He won his class, yes, of course. National and international, I think he was 3rd. Then was the most famous competitor of me, it was D.A. Alejandra, 2-year-old fillies, class A. She won her class also.
Goodness.
National and international, and last but not least, I had in the class of 7 and 10 years mares, I had the mother of D.A. Alejandra and D.A. Ariana, D.A. Miss Justice. It's a Justice daughter out of Luna El Brie, the daughter of this famous K.L. Brillo at La Movida Arabians.
Oh, wonderful.
Because La Movida is for me a very, very important breeder. Sure. I could learn a lot of him and I'm very happy to can say that we are good friends. And in the national championships, the junior horses, colts and fillies had the national championships today. I got 2 times gold, one time with D.H. Acandro, the little colt, and with D.A. Alejandra. And a bronze champion with Alejandra's full sister, D.A. Ariana.
Well, it sounds like Austria ruled in Austria. Congratulations. So happy for you. And best of luck tomorrow at the show. Yes. And I hope you enjoy this beautiful evening with Ferdinand and all wonderful friends.
Sure. It's an amazing evening. And I'm also often here during the week. And looking at the wonderful horses. And I'm a big fan of La Movida Arabians.
Understandable. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Enjoy
Bye-bye.
it. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here tonight at La Movida. I'm here with the world famous Heinz Stockel. How are you, Heinz?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you doing?
I'm well. It's so wonderful to see you as always. So you're not showing, you don't have horses showing, you said, but you came here especially for this beautiful evening. So tell us a little bit about your connection with La Movida and Ferdinand.
Oh, this is quite a long story. I know Ferdinand Sainz, I think 1998. So this it's 36 or 37 years now.
Wow.
And yeah, we know us before we have horses, and we know us that's from the beginning. He started with horses, I think 85. I started 87, and we are very good friends. I respect him extremely much. And it's an honest person which stays for what he are doing. And he are not following the, let's say, the stream of the life. He following his vision.
Yes.
And this is also how he breed the horses. And what he are doing here is the open house and give the people the chance to see the horses. It's in the hospitality. It's just amazing. Okay, so
Yeah, it's wonderful. And we're going to see some special horses tonight. I know Ferdinand invited so many of his special friends. And of course, I'm sure you're at the top of the list, Heinz. So it's wonderful that you can be here to celebrate with him. So it's good to see you.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay,
Enjoy it.
see you soon. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here tonight at La Movida live with Arabian Essence. I'm here with international judge and Arabian horse breeder Marianne Tankstead. Marianne, I know you have been instrumental in preparing everything this evening. The hospitality has been absolutely spectacular. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. I'm happy that everybody feel comfortable, but I don't take the honor for this. This is a lot of people doing a great work here. I'm only here to enjoy a little bit like the rest of the people. So.
Yeah, and so tell us a little bit about your connection with Ferdinand. He's obviously, you're obviously a very dear friend of his, and tell us a little bit about your friendship and how you got to know Ferdinand.
Oh, actually, it's way back. It's many years back, and I got to know him through ECAHO. We had some common meetings and things like that, and I kind of got interested in the breeding program. And since then, we have I had the benefit to use the stallions from La Movida, and actually at home now, more or less, all my horses contain bloodlines from this. And so this is the common interest, to discuss horses and find good things and bad things. And for me, it's very nice to have a good friend to discuss things like that with, because it's not always easy.
Exactly. And I think the thing that's special, it seems to me, from observing you and Ferdinand as you talk and look at the horses and discuss the horses, the common thread, it started out as friends, your friendships, but with the horses, it's almost become like extended family, because his family is now your family, and you share such a wonderful bond.
Yes, that's really nice, and I love his family. He has a great family, some nice kids, and so it's really nice for me to have a second home in Austria. This is what I feel.
Yeah,
So.
that's wonderful. So if there's one thing you could say to Ferdinand tonight, what would you like to say to Ferdinand?
I wish him good health for the future and a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here this evening at La Movida Arabians with world-famous international judge and breeder, Doug Damon. Now,
thank you.
Doug, you obviously have been friends with Ferdinand for a very long time. Tell us a little bit about your friendship and how it's developed over the years and what makes it so special.
Well, I met Ferdinand in 1991. He was introduced to me by Isabella Stepsky, who had spent time with me in California, and she knew Ferdinand. She's Austrian, and I met Ferdinand then, and we have been friends virtually nonstop ever since. Ferdinand was number one, is a great friend, but he was also a great customer, and it's been a great experience. He's literally one of the best friends a person could ever have. So he bought Esteem from me, sight unseen. Esteem was the first Triple Crown winner in Europe. Many horses that went on to do well.
And Esteem, you bred Esteem.
Yes. So, but it's been it's actually 27 years.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
And Galinda, and I've known the girls since they were babies, and some before they were born, you know. So Anyway, but yeah, a very, very special person and a great breeder. My God,
Exactly.
the horses that he has in the barn now, people should only get to see.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
exactly.
fantastic. And I've said this before, but you know, Ferdinand doesn't show very much, basically because his requirements for himself are much higher than they are for the show ring.
Exactly.
I mean, he's very selective, very.
He has
very
he has a higher standard for everything than most people.
He does, but and a perfectionist and a continually amazing guy because I mean, he's into different things and he's a type AAA with a kind heart.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
he is a great guy.
So, if you could say one thing to Ferdinand tonight, what would you like to say to Ferdinand, your darling friend?
I love you.
That's-
So.
That pretty much says it all. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Beth Hunziker with Arabian Essence, live from La Movida. I'm here this evening with Mr. Tom Shokens of Shokens Training Center. How are you?
I'm very good, Beth. And
Good,
you?
good. Thank you. So, Tom, I know you have quite a long history with Ferdinand. Can you tell us a little bit about when you first met Ferdinand and what a little bit about your background?
Oh, I think we first met him. We spent a summer here when Fernando Poli was head trainer here. And it was actually an amazing time. So we actually owe really a lot to Ferdinand in our career, as he gave us the opportunity to stay here and to work with him, with Fernando and his horses back then. So that was actually the start of our real career.
Wow. And how old were you?
I was 18 and Glenn was 16.
Wow. So you've been friends with Ferdinand for quite a long time then.
Yes.
And are you still showing for Ferdinand some horses or?
No, we never done that. But Ferdinand always had people that worked for him privately, so it was more complicated than that.
So now you're showing here at the show in Wales. This is an important show for you. The Austrian Nationals and the Welsh Championships.
It is. I didn't bring so many this year, but well, the show is always perfectly organized by Han Hailo. It's a nice place to come. It's a lovely city. I definitely recommend it to everybody to come here.
Exactly. And if you could say one thing to Ferdinand tonight at his party, what would you like to say to Ferdinand?
Well, last year I thought the mares were incredible, so I hope to see them again in the same good shape. And I'm looking forward to seeing the babies.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much, Tom.
Herzlich willkommen. Wir sind relativ dicht besetzt, vielleicht könnten wir noch versuchen. die Freiräume ein wenig zu nutzen. Ja, viele von Ihnen sind ja quasi Stammgäste bei uns, was uns natürlich ganz besonders freut. Ich möchte Sie alle ganz herzlich begrüßen hier bei uns zu unserem Open House und hoffe, dass Sie einen angenehmen Abend verbringen werden hier bei uns. Die wichtigste Nachricht des Tages ist, das Dessert wird erst nach der Präsentation serviert. Und ja, damit Sie uns nicht gleich davonlaufen nach der Präsentation. Wie immer entschuldige ich mich bei unseren Freunden hier aus Österreich, aus den deutschsprachigen Ländern natürlich gleich zu Beginn, dass ich meine kleinen Kommentare in Englisch machen werde. Wie Sie wissen, haben wir sehr, sehr viele Gäste auch hier, praktisch aus der ganzen Welt. Es kommen Leute aus Südamerika, aus den USA, eigentlich von überall, nur zu diesem Open House und das ist natürlich eine große Ehre für uns. So, ich möchte mich nur noch mal ganz kurz eben bei meinen Kollegen vom österreichischen Verband bedanken, möchte mich bedanken beim VVÖ, der wieder auch in der Person von der Präsidentin Frau Anne Heilo die Schau in Wales grandios organisiert hat, wie ich heute schon gehört habe. Ich verstehe das Lachen überhaupt nicht. Ich habe ja zugesehen zum Teil. Ja. Ja. Aber wir sind eben nicht alleine. Wir haben viele Gäste aus dem Ausland, wo also Englisch eigentlich die angesagte Sprache ist. Zusätzlich haben wir, wie immer, wahrscheinlich Tausende auf der ganzen Welt, die gerade jetzt uns zusehen und darum werde ich jetzt kurz ins Englische wechseln und auch das für den Rest des Abends machen. So, welcome to everybody, also to our international guests here, also a big warm welcome to our friends outside there in the whole world which can watch our little presentation here in live stream. It's an old rule that I never say hello to someone special, but a little bit is necessary. At first, all this is possible with Arabian Essence. Elvis, thank you so much. Marco and the whole team, it's a wonderful job you're doing. And I know right now, and these are the only guys I would really say hello to. It's now 3:30 in the afternoon in Brazil. And we know Murilo, Luis Rocco and Vico, they could not come this year, but they have sent a short message now. And they are sitting in front of their computer and watching us. Hello to you and a nice applause for you from Austria. Yes, in reality we are more than happy, of course, that our little open house in the meantime becomes kind of social event for our friends, for our colleagues from all the world. And I think in reality this is the most important thing for us, that we are a meeting point here. Every year we have our guests, our friends, our colleagues to exchange ideas, to exchange thoughts, to of course also present our breeding ideas, to present of course our horses, and we always hope that at least you like some of them. And so this became kind of tradition now. I think we are doing this open house now nearly 20 years, which is a good time. And I take some open house always as a kind of annual report. An annual report about what we are doing in breeding. And of course, we would like to show you also some of these results. The last year has been a very exciting year with many exciting things happens, not only foals. So we got back our two stallions. First, Lawrence Alcazar, which came back from the United States after a very nice show and breeding career there. And then on the other side, we got back our young stallion, our justice son, GT Shard. He has been with our friends, thank you so much, in Israel, and the girls there kept him pretty busy, but he was not only there in the breeding barn, also he came back with a national champion title from the show there, and so of course this has been very exciting for us. Again, it's such a pleasure with you. On the other side, after our last open house last year, we received our first babies from our young stallion, GR Mealua. And there's someone again, I have to thank you. Where is Lenita? There is Lenita, your young boy, which is now a big man in the meantime. We got the first foal crop from him, and we couldn't have been more excited. I still remember when we both have seen him. He was, I think, 8 months old when you allowed me to have him. And of course, this is always big luck, and it's far above our expectations we had at that time. So you will see nearly most of his offspring from last year and some babies from this year. So another important part in our year. And nearly most important for this year, we had a new arrival a few weeks ago here, and I'm pretty sure that nearly most of you came only to see this horse. It's a horse well known all over the world. It's a spectacular breeding stallion. A spectacular breeding stallion coming from our friends in Israel. He's known all over the world. I saw his babies on different continents, and I've been incredibly impressed. He's now with us, and his name is Al Ayal AA, and he will open. So we are starting with the top, so that you're not getting too excited to wait for him and to see him. This is not Al Ayal, this is a girl to excite him a little bit. Al Ayal himself. He has bred already. He has bred already many mares this year here. And we are so happy to have him here. And we're expecting many babies from him next year. So we bred many of our mares to him. He's a spectacular stallion coming from a spectacular dam line from my most admired breeder colleagues in Israel. Movida Arabians, it's not the first diamond they bred. This family is also, of course, especially amazing, the family of the Vision. And what Jen and Eliku have done there so far, I have never seen a more beautiful face and stallion all together. It's sheer beauty. And he's pretty happy. Of course, you always have to take into consideration that at this time of the year, it's always a little bit tricky here to have this open house with people which are coming from the show. Our stallions, of course, are in the middle of the breeding season. We cannot keep them in show condition. Our babies are now getting fat from too much milk. The mares are getting skinny from giving the milk to the babies. So it's a little bit a tricky tuition. So, okay, Eduardo, thank you. A last round, perhaps, with Alayal. Eduardo, without you. So this has been Alayal. I know there are many, many friends here with us today which have prayed to him, and we wish them all best luck for next year's babies. I'm sure it's not a big risk. So we are going on. We would like to show you some of our important bloodlines. The next one to be, it's our young mare, Dominga El Justice, with her 1-week-old baby, Dominic. He is by SMA Magic 1, and as all the boys, a little bit shy. Needless to say that he has not been here before, so he's a little bit, of course, focused on his mother. I think it's better, Eduardo, move the mare a little bit, yeah, or let her free. He would love to drink. Okay, it's enough. So this is already our 4th generation of breeding. As we have it pretty often here during this open house, we have homebred horses. Most of the music you hear tonight is homemade. Only the dessert which is coming is not homemade, I have to say. We need a little bit time always in between, so the next horse you see is a young filly, 2 years old. Okay, they changed the program. So, she's not 2, she's 3. She's not Basilea, it's Sadunga. Those things are happening here. 3 years old. A daughter of Siti Martin. I bred already her grandmother. Sadunga at this time has been an El Perfecto daughter out of a Princim Sheikh daughter. And her grandmother has been our first European champion in the show. And as I believed so much in this cross, I leased her mother to breed her to Martin, and yeah, we are pretty happy with what we got. And she's in foal now herself to Giame Alua for a baby for next year. Katrin, can we make a last round always? Because otherwise I think people could not really see her really. So I can take the chance and introduce also Katrin. She is now with us here since a few months, and we could not be more happy to have you here with us, Katrin. She is, in my humble personal opinion, one of the best trainers. She's wonderful with the horses. It's such a joy to have her here. And now, big surprise. Now this one is the 2-year-old. This is Basilea, a Justice's daughter, out of Bali, which is a Marwan daughter, out of a Perfecto daughter. She is carrying the typical size of eyes of this family, which is coming, I think, from El Perfecto. So thank you very much. The next one to come, a very important mare for our breeding, a very important family, coming originally from Regina El Jamal. We see here Rihanna El Hadaya. So this was the beginning of our cooperation with Movida Arabians in Israel, when we had the pleasure to have Al Hadaya here with us, and she is one of his daughters. She gave us already several wonderful babies. Now in foal to Lawrence El Ghazal for next year's baby. So, thank you very much. I always like to put a little bit kind of families together. So, this is again not a stallion, only to tell you. That's again a girl. Because we have the family of, no, not yet. At first we have our young coming home, GT Shard, our justice son. He spent the last year, a little bit more than 1 year, in Israel. He was very successful there as a breeding stallion and even as a show stallion, national champion from Israel. He just came back 2 weeks ago, so Jen always named him the golden one. He is a very interesting justice son with a very interesting female line. His mother is straight Egyptian. And also that's why he is a wonderful outcross for us. His first babies are very, very, very promising. Also, my friend Murillo had a wonderful, wonderful filly last year. Okay, yeah. He was bred in Sweden by GT Arabians. And I fell in love when he was 2 years old. And I think, as I said, he could be very, very interesting for our whole breeding program. Okay, GT Shard. Okay, the same girl, the next boy. The family of Lawrence, very important line for us. And this is his firstborn son, René Lawrence, out of Reza El Bri. Reza El Bri, perhaps you will remember, she was Nations Cup champion as a filly. And René has some very nice offspring. We have a friend here from Sicily. Where is he? Here you are. You have a wonderful filly from him at home. So you came especially to see him once personally in your life. So, complimenti. Grazie. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, Medada. So we don't have a lot of Lawrence, as Lawrence was traveling a lot. He spent a certain time in Poland and then the last 1.5, 2 years in the United States. So we have now several mares in foal again to him, but we are missing a little bit the last 3 years of breeding with him. So we are missing a colt. Unfortunately, he's lame. We could not show him from our friends from Italy. I'm so sorry. So the next one, a Lawrence daughter out of Rihanna. We have seen her before, the white, the gray mare. A daughter by Lawrence El Ghazal. She's now 3 years old. Has a lot of teeth bumps at the moment. also already 4 generations of our breeding. And also she is in foal to Giame and Lure for a 2018 filly colt. Filly. So Eduardo, last round. I think you all know Eduardo, the treasure from La Movida. He's with us now since nearly 20 years. He's the most wonderful horse person I've ever met. He's part of our family. And he's in the meantime a very successful man in reproduction up to embryo transfer. So he's working day and night. Thank you so much, Eduardo. The next one we see is, I think she was the first foal from Lawrence we received here. It's a mare, Inga Lawrence. Out of Indiana. Indiana is an Ilan El Jamal daughter. I think we let her free. Of course, the horses are not really used to this light, and also we do not have every day so many people here. She would like to go, I think. More than likely Inga will go to some shows this year. We can hear already her father. He's coming now, Lawrence, back from the United States. Okay. I think it's enough. So we have bred many mares to him again for this year. A son of Ghazala El Shakab, out of Lara El Lujin, which is out of Lily El Jamal. His mother has been nearly an inbreeding, but I tried once and we had fortunately great result with this. We are going now to the last section for tonight. It's not a small one. We are coming now to some members of the family from our new young stallion, Gia Mealua, and the first what we see here is a young filly. She is now, I think, 4 weeks old, by Gia Mealua, out of our homebred Anaïs Elbry. Her name is Anna, with H at the end. As I told you, unfortunately now, babies are getting fat from the milk, mothers are getting thin from the milk. We are very happy. I think she will not move more. It's too much light, too many people. This is also already 4th generation of our breeding. So we bred already a grand-grandmother. It sounds terrible. I started very young as a child. So it seems they're looking for the next horse. Next one, a colt, silver born, also 4 weeks ago approximately. Out of Sabrina El Ilan, again an Ilan daughter, and this is perhaps also interesting. Nearly all these youngsters you will see are coming from completely different female lines. So we have Polish lines, El Shaklan, we have Egyptian lines, we have Russian part, so everything included. And so I think this is also important for you with your breeder's eyes, that you see what GI is doing with different lines. Young boy. Okay, I think it's enough. The young ones are too afraid here. Okay, thank you very much. We are coming now to 1-year-old foals, and you will see nearly 100% of the babies from GR which are born last year. So I think this is also always a little bit interesting to see. We had 7 foals altogether. One unfortunately had an accident, the filly died. So you see all the remaining, a whole group, the total group from last year. At first the filly, Mara, her mother is a City Martin daughter out of a Shark Fantasy daughter. So she has not been free here before, so it's kind of experiment what we are doing here. No. No, this doesn't work. Yeah, not really high professional from the foal yet. We have not really trained them for the show, but we will bring some of them to the show ring during the season. Next one to come, so again we are nearly on 100% of all his foals from last year. A colt out of Domingue El Justice, which have seen his mother, the black mare, at the very beginning. Perhaps let him stop. Yeah. Much better. I have to say that we are very happy with this colt. Okay. Daniel LGR. The next foal from last year's group is Regine LGR out of Rihanna. I think it's better to walk them. They will not move here. Okay, thank you very much. Next one to come again, a filly. A chestnut filly out of Bali, El Marwan. Okay, I think it's enough. And the last one from this group is a boy again, the youngest one. He was born pretty late in the year, end of August. He's out of an El Nabila B daughter. His name is Carol. And we only walk him, Katrin. He is 8.5 months old. Nein. Okay, now we are asking for his father. As I said, the foals are still very young and of course not used to light and music and so many people. And as the last horse of this little presentation, it's now Chia Mealua. Again, the first one is not Chia, it's a filly. And this is Chia Mealua. Come a bit closer. Ah, she likes him. He's a son from Maktub. His father unfortunately died 2 years ago. And we have also his full sister. His female line is one of the most important lines from Aras Mealua, going back to Julia Lugin. For many breeders and horse lovers, the most soul-named, most beautiful mare they have ever seen. And as I said, we are so happy with his foal. Perhaps he might be a new level in our whole breeding. We bred many mares to him. And the sad news and the good news, he is leaving. He is leaving in around 10 days to go to Israel, to Movida Arabians, and he will stay there for breeding. I'm very sad to let him go, I have to say. I really love this horse. And yeah, we will bring his 5 foals from last year so that you can see them all together. And we never had a stallion with such a percentage, I have to say. We have bred to many, many stallions in the whole world. And there is nearly no foal we don't like. So I think it's the interesting part is to see more or less all his foals from 1 year which have been born here. So again, Sophie, thank you. With the little Mara at the beginning, all of them very afraid, followed by Daniel. Oh my God, he is so afraid. Pepe, bleib ein bisschen weg mit ihm da. Pepe, halt ihn kurz. So, Chia with his first 5 children. I would like to thank you to Katrin. She's new with us, responsible for all the show and training. We have Eduardo here. As I said, I introduced him already before. My family member. We have Pepe Sperl, a legend. He's with us now exactly 30 years. Sophie is helping us a little bit in the background with Mara. Elise Elise Paulette from Belgium. She's here with us since 1 year. We really appreciate. And Bettina Deubler also with us since, I think, now nearly 2 years. Thank you very much. We are here also tomorrow. As I told you at the very beginning, dessert is only served right now, so you cannot go home immediately. Stay with us a little bit as long as you like. Talk with friends and colleagues. I hope you enjoy the evening. We are here tomorrow if someone would like to visit again, see some horses outside, which is for sure much more enjoyable, especially with the young ones, because they are so afraid here inside. So we can show you all the horses again. We are here the whole day. Thank you very much. Stay with us, and I hope to see you again next year. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.